Alright, and with that seamless fade to black and seamless ending of the video, we are here in our base. First time in the game. We have 6 options to choose from. I'm going to start with the first one right here. It's Outfit. You'll see this takes us to all of our units. Shows us all of their items and everything. If you click on a unit, you have several different options to choose from. You can trade, you can look at the list of items, you can give all of your items to the convoy. What is the convoy? If you click on it, you can give your items to the convoy, which has 200 stock, so it's got quite a lot of room, or you can take items out, such as these vulneraries, or in fact, Shinin and Gatry's weapons. You can equip different weapons, you can unequip weapons, you can drop, or you can use items such as the Speedwing. You can also shop. I'll get into this a little later, but first, what I like to do is I like to give all of my weapons from everyone to the convoy. Just because there's a lot of mixed and matched weapons on our characters right now. So I like to give all, and then one by one, equip them for the road ahead. So I'll give Ike an Iron Sword, Steel Sword, and Regal Sword to go along with a Vulnerary. Nothing for Titania. Now Soren gets a Vulnerary, that Wind and the Fire magic. Riz can go ahead and grab the 3 staves and another Vulnerary. Boyd can take 2 Vulneraries since he usually takes a lot of damage. Iron, Steel, Hand Axe, and Hammer. That seems to be used more. Oscar can take an Iron, a couple Steels, and a Javelin, and the traditional Vulnerary. And last but not least, Mia can take a Vulnerary and just the last 3 swords there, just to give her some decent weapons. Now, covering the shop, you'll see, Titania said that we had some people stored here from a caravan. There's an armory, with this guy with the biggest beard and nose I've ever seen in my entire life. He'll sell you decent weapons, one of each magic, some axes, javelins, swords, just basic stuff, pretty cheap. If you go to the shop, she sells more magical stuff like healing and whatnot. Pure water will increase resistance temporarily. You can sell items, that's pretty self-explanatory, you can sell your items. And forge, again pretty self-explanatory, you can forge special weapons. I will definitely be doing this later as it's very, very cool and very important. But for right now, we just don't have the money. We start with 7,500 and that's not really enough to create super good weapons. Now moving on to manage. You'll see award experience and skills. I'll be getting into these in just a second because these two seem to be more important as they're flashing green. And I won't be getting into these two because it's pretty self-explanatory. Save, you can save your progress, and end means leave the base. We don't want to do either of these yet because we're not done. So I'm going to click on support first. You'll see all of the characters right here, and if they're glowing white, that means they have a support conversation. Hey Oscar, can you spar with me for a sec? Wait, where are you going? Sorry Ike, no time. I have to prepare the evening meal for today. You? Where's Mist? She's off practicing with her staff. It's been a while since I cooked. I hope I haven't lost my touch. I haven't had one of your suppers in ages. I'm looking forward to it. Really? Yeah, of course. You're a great cook. Why do you ask? Well, I never knew that. Mist, Shina, and Riz were the ones who ever commented on the subtle spices and flavors that I use. I mean, my brothers are used to my cooking, and Soren hates everything. I think he'd stop eating if he could. Sure, Commander Grill, Titania, Gatry, and you ate everything on the plate, but I feel like you'd eat anything. Oscar, I didn't just shovel the food into my mouth. I enjoyed it. I really did. Remember the first day that Mist took over your cooking duties? Just thinking about it makes me ill. Huh, even my father was having trouble choking it down, but I think Mist is finally starting to get the hang of it. Just like you're training to improve your swordsmanship, Mist is training to improve her culinary skills. You should give her some more support. Hearing someone say delicious is the best encouragement a cook can get. I see. Then I'll make sure to say delicious from now on. Thanks. And with that, they get a C rank of support. Now in battle, whenever these two fight near each other, they will be getting bonuses, which I can finally go over during the next chapter. But aside from that, we also have info. I'm going to be covering every single piece of info. Like Titania said, it is very useful to gather all the intelligence you can before going into a new chapter. So I will be covering each info in a special video. Like, I will be designating one video per chapter just to cover the info, if there's as many as this, which in this chapter there's quite a few. But going back to manage, we have skills and award experience. I'm going to click on skills first, as this is the fastest to explain. You will see a capacity, which is 0 to 20 for Ike, 10 of 20 on Titania, because counter takes up 10 capacity of that wheel. Soren, same thing. Riz, you get the pattern here. Now, what can you do with these skills? Now, if I click on Mia here, you can assign or remove. If you remove a skill, it takes it away from that character and can never be equipped to any character ever. I personally would never take away Vantage, as that's one of the best skills in the game. But if I assign, I can assign Miracle. Reduces any lethal blow to half damage. We received that Miracle, I guess you could say book, in the last chapter, and now you can assign it to one of your characters. I might assign it to Riz, but as I just said, you can't teach it to any other unit once you assign it to a certain unit. So I'm not going to be teaching it anytime soon. I want to make sure I don't get any other useful books that I might want to put on Riz. Now, final thing that I can go over in this video here, award experience. Sounds pretty important, and it is. Again, you'll see all of your units here. You click on them, you'll see bonus experience, 2,175. That's a lot of bonus experience. One bonus experience at this level equals 1 experience point. And you can even give 100 experience points at a time. So, as you can imagine, this is very important for leveling up your characters. And since Riz, Soren, and definitely Mia are falling behind a little bit of Boyd, Oscar, and Ike, I'm going to be giving them the bonus experience. Now, it does take a long time to do this, but you see the rewards right off the bat. So I'm just going to spend a little bit of time doing this. I'll make sure you guys can see all of the level ups I get here. I'm going to get Riz up a decent level, just so I know that he's getting up some levels, up to level 10 already. Now I think what I'm going to do from here on is, whoop, not go out of it, get Soren up to, level 13 should be fine for Soren. Just get him up a little bit so he's not so far behind Oscar. Ooh, get some magic on him, I like that. Now I'll get Mia up to 13, and then I'll invest most of the rest of the experience to Riz, just because he gets by far the least experience per chapter. I mean, Mia could get up to level 15 super easily if she wanted to. But I'll get her up to probably 13 just to match Soren. And then I'll start investing the rest into Riz. She already has 18 speed. That's so good. I'll go down to about 700 bonus experience left over. And you might wonder how I start off with like 2,100 plus bonus experience. It's because every chapter you clear, you gain bonus experience. You just don't see it until the next chapter. Or in this case, 8 chapters into the game. Also, if you do certain conditions, like have all your units escape Chapter 6, you get 50 bonus experience per unit that escapes. So it's pretty important to have, to follow that tip that I had there for you, to have them all escape before Ike. I think this will be good. Have Riz get up to level 17 instead of level, like, 8. That's a lot better for him. He's got a ton of resistance, and I still have about 700 left over like I wanted. That gets him much higher to the level cap of 20. Alright, now I think that's all I want to do here. Like I said, I'm going to be covering all the info in a later video in just a second. But other than that, I'm going to go ahead and save our progress.